watching Let's Chat.
I really love doing this out at Hamilton Place each and every year. The Hamilton Place staff is top-notch, obviously. The folks at the Salvation Army are top-notch, obviously. And you may have heard a little bit of music a few moments ago. Here's a guy who was doing that, and this is Lieutenant James Harvin. Lieutenant, good to see you.
Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Tell me how long you have been involved with the Salvation Army and what your role is.
So I've been involved with the Salvation Army for approximately 10 years. I was a beneficiary of Angel Tree, but also my father and I were homeless on the streets of New York. And the Salvation Army played a vital part in our life in getting us back on our feet. So I've been here for 2.5 years, and it's been an amazing journey.
You know, this seems like a recurring theme that we have a lot of volunteers here with us today who have been personally, enjoyed by, I should say, the Salvation Army. And thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for giving back to the organization as well. So tell us a little bit about what this time of year means to you, especially in relation to the Salvation Army.
Well, this time of year, our emergency cold weather shelter is going to be open a lot. As you've noticed that it has been freezing, and so we're going to be even open tonight. Whenever it's 32 and below, or if it's wet, 35 and below, we'll be opening our doors at 800 Macaulay and servicing roughly 80 to 90 displaced neighbors in the community. So we are in desperate need of socks, hand warmers, coats, anything like that to keep warm is going to be a great help, and also volunteers.
I want to step back just a moment, and without going into a whole lot of extremely personal detail, tell me how the Salvation Army helped you and your father when you were a young child.
Yeah, well, they instilled hope. I remember, I can't remember his name, but I do remember the officer's face that came to us while we were standing outside of the Salvation Army in New York, and he said, "Would you like to come in for some soup?" Now, although they might seem like a very minute thing to people, if you are hungry, that soup offers hope. And that was the hope that we needed to keep moving forward. And then my father would say, we can always go to the Salvation Army for help. So, yeah.
And talk about a great case of paying it forward. It's a wonderful, heartwarming story. Lieutenant, thank you very much.
Hang on, before you run away, I think
Yes.
you have a challenge for our viewers and the rest of the area.
Yes, I do.
All right, let's hear it.
So for one, you can adopt one kettle. For $1,000 helps us run our emergency cold weather shelter and day shelter for a whole 24 hours. And that's $1,000. So you can take that challenge coming through the Salvation Army's doors at 822 Macaulay, and we can hook you up and give you the tools necessary for you to take that challenge. And it's called #Red Kettle Challenge.
Guys, this is great for all you business owners out there,
really
you
is.
church organizations, you other organizations. This is
Absolutely.
a challenge to adopt this season. Super easy.
We want to thank you for sharing your time and your talent and your story with us. So I think you have to go back and play the keyboards. It's either you hold this and I'll go back and play the keyboards.
We don't want that.
Who wants to
we
hear
don't
me
want
play
that.
keyboards?
No. Boo.
Crickets. They've heard me play before. Lieutenant Harvin, thank you very much. And one of our great co-workers who has been a big sponsor of the Salvation
surprise
Army.
for you.
We do indeed. Normally you don't see her until 6 o'clock or so. Emily Casulo. Hi, Emily. How are you?
Good to see you.
Doing all right?
Yes, doing great. Good to be here.
Jess and I are curious as to how you are playing into the Salvation Army and the whole Red Kettle drum this year.
Yes, I'm here to help the Red Kettle Challenge this year, which is new. They're taking up the Red Kettle campaign and taking it up a notch, because the Red Kettle campaign, it's the Salvation Army's biggest fundraiser of the year. So what the challenge does, they're encouraging local organizations to adopt a kettle. Each kettle, they'll raise at least $1,000. That $1,000 covers a night at the emergency shelter. So they already opened up the cold weather shelter a night this year, which is important. It's so cold out. So once you take the challenge, you sign up, you go to csarmy.org/Red Kettle Challenge, or you can call the Salvation Army. Once you do that, go to social media, post a video about it with your coworkers, and then encourage other local businesses to do the same. And it's a lot of fun. It just makes it competitive and fun to encourage more people to donate this year.
You know, this is something that an office building, a corporation, a business can do super easy, especially when you have a lot of employees.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, bring that kettle into the office, walk it around the offices, send out those emails. This is something that can be knocked out and done, marked off your to-do list in a day even. I love that you've adopted this challenge and spread it around the community.
It'll be a lot of fun. We're already doing it on News 12, and businesses can get digital kettles on their website as well. Ours will be on our website next week. If they don't want to donate in person, we have a kettle already in the front of our building, but I definitely encourage local businesses to participate. It's just a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring the other two guys in here for just a second, Emily and Jess.
Hello.
You guys step on in here, and I'll tell you what, you know how it is in broadcasting, right? Sometimes when you're doing a great charity event like this, you got to hit them on payday. Or right
That is
before
true.
payday, right?
Like today.
So what we're going to do is all of us are going to collectively issue a challenge to everyone else, figure out how many paydays you have between now and Christmas, and do whatever it takes to get one of those Red Kettles sponsored.
Wow.
Yeah, that's we're doing the count here. What's today?
I mean actual paydays, not days between now and Christmas.
You get paid every other week?
Today's
or you
not a payday
Wait a
for
minute.
us.
You
so
get
It is
paid
for us.
radio?
2, I have 3. I got 3 paydays
Three
between
paydays.
now and Christmas.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
3.
I think we've got, there's actually 3 paydays in November, and so we got 5, I think, counting
Right.
today.
More times than we do. My God.
Imagine
you know,
just taking
it's
a
the amount.
portion of each of those 4 or 5 paydays left in this year and dropping it in the Red Kettle, whether it's in your office building or out at a location near you. What a difference that can make.
$1,000 easily.
Yeah, and it's a lot. I know it sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but it is so easily achievable when you have great folks like this and great folks like the Hamilton Place family, and they turn into a family this time of year, no doubt about it. If you want to find out more, go to csarmy.org, right? csarmy.org. Lieutenant Harvin, let's hear the music.
Let's get everyone
There
in
we
the
go.
Christmas and in the giving spirit.
We hope you all have a great weekend. Hamilton Place Christmas Parade tomorrow, by the way, and I know you guys are going to have representatives here. It's going to be cold. It'll be clear, but a lot of sunshine. So, Jesse, I'll see you Monday morning at 10.